I guess I'll host. Good
Yep.
good evening, actually, and welcome to the second episode of mine. Host joined by good old Banana Man.
Hello.
So last week we had our topic about the raiding all of the raids, but that was a bit of a longer episode. Today we're probably going to have a bit of shorter. It's also not as scripted as last week's, but we will be talking about the broken meta. So every once in a while I may hop into my inventory and show you guys what the issue is with the meta as of yet. So, any quick statements from Banana Man?
I want to use my Achilles SMG.
And I want to use my summoner. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that want to use these. However, kinetic weapons. They got rid of our choice to change what we have to use. So, back a couple seasons ago, we had our grenade launchers in the primary slot, which changed up all of the gameplay. Probably one of the best reasons why Mountaintop was actually a very popular PvE weapon, not PvP, PvE, in the non-competitive areas, is because you didn't have to use a sniper or a shotgun with your energy weapons. It made a lot of builds viable. So if we hop in and my menu here and look in collections and go to weapons, we've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We are seeing total of 4, 5, 6, and I would say 7, 8 total weapons. So we have, in shotguns, we have the Astral Horizon, not counting the Adept, which isn't a PvE person. It's not readily available for a player versus enemy player. Someone who does strikes, raids, and all that. Astral Horizon is not something they can get easily. And then Heritage, they can get that pretty easy. It's from the raid, and same with Blasphemer. But they're both slug shotguns. Yes, they got a buff. They're good on single target enemies, but you don't really have something like the Mountaintop, which we had many seasons ago, or the Malicious Birthright. Now, Malicious Birthright, for the people who outright despise Mountaintop for reasons that honestly are kind of stupid, we've got the Malicious Birthright. But we've got a choice between, what was it, 8 weapons? Either for player versus enemy players, the choice is slug, shotgun, or sniper, with the only exception being toil and trouble here, which no one's honestly going to use because it's a world loot drop. Anything to add so far, Banana Man?
Um, More or less the idea that Bungie has sunsetted. They they limited everything that we can use. They had a really good energy primaries, but nothing to use them with.
And then where that leads to is the Nightfall weapons. Because the
Oh boy.
Grandmaster Nightfall, you've got 2 primaries, both energy, and a heavy weapon. A hand cannon, it's decent. Igneous Hammer's out doing it in PvP, but for PvE, it's pretty good. And then we also have the Shadow Price, and Shadow Price, it's getting a buff. That's nice. However, if you're doing Good Morning, Master Yoda. So we're currently talking about the how we don't really have good kinetic weapons to be using with energy primaries, like your Summoner, your Shadow Price, your Palindrome, Ikelos. You don't really have any good kinetic weapons that is a choice between a slug shotgun or a sniper. And this season, 3 weapons for Grandmaster Nightfalls, 2 energy weapons that are primaries, and a heavy weapon. So the 2 energy primaries, they're good in their own right. One's getting a buff, but we don't even have a full loadout. While Trials of Osiris, when it first launched, it had, what, 5 weapons at minimum?
I think so.
And not all of them were primaries. They were a good mix, and some of them weren't even PvP weapons. You had PvE weapons in the mix. But here we are, playing the hardest PvE content, and we get weapons that aren't even built for PvE.
Yeah.
Well, so we have a personal experience from Trials of Osiris. I, at the point, had 3 wins, no losses, and we were going on pretty solid. And we got DDoSed, and Banana Man had to fight 2 flying invisible hunters. Which is not
won
good.
1 round.
1 round, yeah. Which is impressive.
Yeah, and
But
that too, but they also had a steady hand shooting faster than a 180 RPM hand cannon. I'm still mad about that.
so we've got this rigged playlist that is so up to the odds. It doesn't matter how good you are. It's just up to such randomness that it isn't an effective way to get weapons. And we could sit there hours playing PvP, and it's not going to get any better. However, we've got this playlist that we can farm for PvE weapons, but the weapons that are in it aren't built for PvE. I would love if they just brought back Malicious Birthright, because that gives us a choice away from slug shotguns or snipers. But then people are going to complain because it's going to be, oh, if you don't have Malicious Birthright, kick. Because that's what they think happened with Mountaintop. However, with Mountaintop, it wasn't, oh, Mountaintop or kick. It never was like that. Sure. But the reason it dominated in PvE was because it was something to use besides a sniper or a shotgun. And you could use your energy weapons with it. But it wasn't the only thing that you could do, because you also had Malicious Birthright right next to it. And though people will bring up, oh, you've got some good exotic kinetic weapons. But the issue with that is it's exotic. I can't run an Arbalist while running my Anarchy on a day 1 raid, while being able to use, a good grenade launcher for ad clear, because then that'd be double special. Though it's plausible, not as much anymore, but it was plausible at one point. So I enjoyed when I could run, say, my Summoner, a Mountaintop, and Anarchy in the Prophecy Dungeon when that first came out. Because those sniper hobgoblins up top, I just pop the Anarchy out, get them not Anarchy, Mountaintop out, get them one shot. But the issue right now, it doesn't have to do with how good or bad Mountaintop was in PvP. It's about because they got rid of it, we don't have anything else to use in PvE. I've talked for a long time. It's your turn.
And when you look at, we clearly have a bias towards grenade launchers in this topic. When you look at even more of like the only grenade launcher that we have left in the primary slot is Witherhoard, and Witherhoard is not your generic the grenade launcher that we like. I think I can safely say this for Jaxus as well. We both love Salvation Salvo. It's a phenomenal feeling grenade launcher, and we like your generic curved dark ones like Truth Teller, Salvagers, militias, things like that. Now the only really good only good special kinetic weapons that you can think of right now, I have Soul, maybe.
But that's a Trials weapon, and that's the issue. We don't have any. We don't have any choice but to ruin our happy days going into Trials as people who are not extremely competitive for PvP.
Yeah, you got Heritage and Succession from the raid, which it's a raid. The raid's pretty easy in my opinion.
Definitely easy.
It's possible. I've done it a couple.
It got third
times.
place in last week's live stream when we went over the raid rankings.
Yeah. Sure, it's a very easy raid. I never got those weapons, which I'm still a little mad about. I only got arms. But even when we look at exotics that you can use, really the only good ones you can probably maybe get past using is a Nagi, which I use that because I got nothing else. And
I can see you having it on right now.
I have it on right now. Yeah,
I've got Teraba just to
it's
mess with
literally
you.
like.
Alright, so I'm gonna bring up
Yeah,
something. Another thing is the community. How people don't voice their opinions about this meta, like the Mountaintop or Malicious Birthright gave us a choice because the bandwagon. You know the logical fallacy of the bandwagon, where if one person says this, other people start hopping on the bandwagon so that they feel like they're not in the opposition. And then all of a sudden it gets a snowballing effect where suddenly people don't want to voice their opinions. All right. So a couple weeks ago, I put out DMG put out a tweet where he got the Winds of Chance Trials of Osiris ship from this season, I believe it was. And I responded with, first off, can you fix your PvP? We got on our first fight, on our first card, up against two people who got flawless. Actual story. Next, your vision of Grandmaster loot is so diluted, Trials Day 1 had more weapons than a loadout. Yeah, you could have a primary, secondary, and heavy on the day one of... Not on the day one of Trials, you'd have to work for it, but day one of Trials, it had all of those available. What do Grandmasters get? A cheap hand cannon, an auto rifle, an archetype that isn't even meta at the moment, and an LMG weaker than the raid one. And the raids are easier than a Grandmaster, because the commemoration from the raid, you got reconstruction on that, and that is honestly broken. But that's fine. It's nice to have a raid exclusive. And then, we can't even use Shadow Price and Palindrome in PvE effectively. You sunset the good kinetic specials. Snipers aren't effective in especially high-pressure gameplay, where you're not really in close or long range, and you need something. It really does break the game. So, say you're fighting Shanks. What are you going to do? Yellow bar Shanks? Sniper ain't going to do it, because the sniper's going to have reduced damage, and they're so far away, you're going to die running to them with shotgun. Like day one on Deepstone Crypt, I was using Jotun, because I could get those yellow bar Shanks without, pressing the luck with the sniper. Alright, back to the thing. And slug shotguns aren't much better, because you got to get up and close, and then you're going to die, because the stomp mechanic. We can't even choose... Yep. We can't even choose anything but those, with the exception of Toil and Trouble. What happened to our freedom and customization promised in Forsaken? Alright.
Yeah, Forsaken released the Weapon 2.0 system, which allowed you to have any weapon pretty much anywhere, which that was amazing. And look at that.
And then they got rid of that.
And
alright, so
yeah,
moving on.
Moving on.
Bring back Malicious Birthright or Mountaintop, or give us a grenade launcher similar for Nightfalls, or a kinetic fusion rifle that aren't exotic. We're tired of these energy weapons where are the kinetic to balance out the meta. This is feeling worse than double primaries. And then the first response in this string we have gotten, which is part of the bandwagon. You want Mountaintop back? Get out. It's not about whether Mountaintop was good or not, it was about the choice. Alright. And then I actually got someone to agree and say, hold on, pulling that up right now. Nerf 654900184 on the 28th of March replied saying, I agree, he has a point. There's almost no good kinetic specials. This guy understands, because we really don't have anything that we can use that isn't an exotic. And then this is where it really got upsetting. Someone decided to reply, Rory Barron, at Rory Barron on Twitter, Odin tweaking right now, he going crazy. Get better at the game, LMAO. What does a broken meta have to do about getting better at the game?
Yeah.
Like, that's what
the game only gives you so much to work with. Is not the fact that we suck at the game. I mean, I'm not saying
we put
I'm
up
the
with
best
it, but
there.
I prefer choice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Destiny's all about customization. I mean, they wanted to do that, especially with like the weapons 2.0, the armor 3.0, with all the different mods and everything. But they don't allow us to have the ability to actually use what we want. It's just you're stuck using this weapon and this weapon only. It's pretty much going back to D1 with 365 Gallahorn or kick. It's like I wanted to be able to span out my horizons and try new builds and everything else. I mean, in Sunsetting, they sunset a lot of amazing weapons. Python. But it's just now we got two viable options in
So
PvE that you can
I'm
get
going
from
to
PvE.
bring
That's
back
That's it.
another tweet. My name is Bife. He says, "Yo Bungie, any chance of unsetting Nightfall exclusive loot? Maybe add a new perk set to Silicon Neuroma and DFA. Maybe expand the perk pool on Malicious Birthright and Long Goodbye, and add 2 to 3 perks in columns 3 or 4, led from Gold, Thresh, Surplus, Demo maybe." Alright, and I responded with, "I will tell you what I was told when I brought a similar topic for a similar topic that for some weird reason applies. Get good at the game, lol. How this applies, I don't know, ask Baron Rory. He's the one that thinks broken meta relates to skill."
Mm-hmm.
It's really unfortunate to see the bandwagon diluting the community. I see we haven't had many comments from the viewers, but it's... I would like some opinions from the viewers themselves, but it's, once again, the whole thing about Mountaintop right now is it's not about how broken it was in PvP or PvE. It's about having a choice to use something that's not a sniper or a shotgun. Or exotic, because I'd prefer to be running Anarchy than Arbalist or Bastion, especially Bastion. Bastion is... it's going to get a buff, but it's kind of useless in PvE. I see we have not gotten any comments yet, but this... yeah. It's sad to see what has happened.
Especially when you look at Bungie created Destiny in the first place to be a successor to Halo, which was a phenomenal hit. You look at things at the time, Call of Duty, Halo, especially things like Call of Duty, you had the meta, you had the weapons that would rule all the lobbies, and you couldn't really get away from it. Bungie, even though that Destiny has a lot of PvE moments in there, most people, a lot of YouTubers and content creators, mostly like people, names that come to mind, like Aztec, Ross, even Makakis does it sometimes too, and other people. They'll talk about the PvP meta, which I feel like that one gets a lot more attention. That it does deserve it. We need to have a decent PvP meta. I'm tired of getting having Titans shotgun-ate me, but
at the same time, not everyone is PvP.
Yeah.
Like, I know plenty of people who will never touch PvP in this game because it's not like it was in Destiny 1. It's not as stable. But I myself would rather go through 4 raids than touch Trials ever again. 4 day 1 raids than never touch Trials again.
Oh, yeah.
Because
it's just...
you can be godly at the game.
Yeah, go ahead.
But it's left up to chance so heavily that I'd rather be staying in PvE.
And when you look at the way you obtain these weapons that we talked about that are viable right now, the raid ones, up to 3 times a week, and 4 encounters, so you got, I don't know the drop rate for each encounter, but still you have a pretty decent amount of chance of actually getting a roll. And if you don't get it, you can wait until next week. Trials, you only have a weekend. And sure, you can you get, 2 per character if it's a 3-win. If you get lucky, it's a 3-win, but in that case, you get 1 for free by just not playing the game. But still, when you look at it, let's say you want to get your hands on Astral Horizon, but it's a 5-win. You have to go through and deal with not with me and Drax as not being the best crucial players out there. We wins because we got the DDoS. You have to go through 5 wins. They don't need to be flawless, but 5 wins, and you're dealing with people. Like in our case, 2 people went flawless that weekend on our first match. We lost that one horribly.
And then the matching system is broken. Like, we shouldn't be facing people going flawless on our first match on a card.
Yeah.
Like, why is this acceptable?
If you have the flawless title for this season, I should not be facing you at my first trials match of the season.
Another thing is,
it's not okay.
It's so hostile towards newer players that I know people who have quit because of trials. Because there's so many good weapons locked behind it. I've known people who have quit Destiny because they can't get anything good except by forcing themselves to go through trials. So many people hate trials, but they're not the ones hopping on Twitter every once in a while and saying, "Oh, look at me. I went flawless for the 9 millionth time by wiping a bunch of people who are not bad at the game. They're just better at PvE."
And I know in the argument that someone can easily point out to this is the whole get good at this.
Get good is not an argument.
I'm sorry. It's not. Sure, like I said, we're not the greatest crucial players out there. I'm not expecting people to be godly and like getting all these certain weapons, but when you look at our instances where Drax's and one of our other buddies got DDoS and was left to me to face a 1v3 against 2 invisible hunters who had all 3 jumps. I have a video of it, and I measured it out. They're using every jump, plus hand cannons that are hacked from it, and you're expecting me to get good after facing against cheaters like that? The whole cheater thing is a whole different topic, which we'll get into later, but this is not okay. The fact that I had to grow through all of this just so I can use a couple different weapons that are viable. This is not okay, Bungie.
And then there is the new strike, the Proving Ground strike, Grandmaster. Sure, double rewards was a nice incentive. However, the reward people were after was a hand cannon for PvP. So if you're, a big, heavy PvP person, you probably hopped in that. Alright, it's not a bad thing. However, for the people for the many people who don't enjoy PvP, there's no incentive. I've been playing Destiny 1 and Genshin Impact because there's more incentive to touch that. There's more incentive for me to play Destiny 1 that's been dead for 4 years.
Dead for 4 years.
Then Destiny 2 is kind of sad because Destiny 1, they're not adding any new content ever. But there's more incentive for me to play that than to play this because 1, they kept all their old content, and 2, I don't have to force myself to go through trials to get good stuff. If I want a good weapon, which I've honestly got all of them, I don't know why I'm only going back really at this point for No Land Beyond, Icebreaker, and Mythic Class. That's all I just want to experience that. But it's not the same because I don't have any incentive to walk into these. I've got a half-decent shadow price. I'm not interested in the Swarm because Commemoration is infinitely better. But Palindrome is my irk to all of this.
Igneous
because
Hammer.
Yeah, there's Igneous Hammer. So it's like, oh, we'll give you this good hand cannon that you can use in this really, really hard strike, which is... Some people, I'm pretty sure they'd say it's harder than the 7 wins in trials. But we'll give you 2 of these hand cannons, or 4, depends on your luck, for, 45 minutes of your time in this extremely painful strike that, I would... So I'm in a group, and not many of them are at the power hop in and do LFG. So with an LFG team, on average, you do 2 runs, get super close, get to the boss room and die, and then the other 2 people quit.
Yep.
Every time. And so for an LFG person who's not with the most talented people, because I am carrying what's it, 12 other people in that one group. Like, I'm trying to help a bunch
Wow.
of newer people, and there's 14 of them. Me and Banana are really the most experienced, and we're helping these new players out and getting them really into this game. But we can't hop in with them and do Grandmasters, so we've got to resort to LFG, and they're not the most talented people ever. But it it's kind of widely accepted that LFG kind of sucks. But all this time to get this hand cannon, that it's all right
Good.
in every way. In trials.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you ever play a gacha game? It's where you got these loot boxes and you get characters and whatnot. But in Genshin Impact, it's like if they released a character that was super good and people spent a lot of money getting them, and the next week next character they released was the same character, but everything was better. People would be outraged because they bought this first one, which was weaker, and there's a second character that's exactly the same, but better in every way. People would be furious. But people aren't like that with Destiny 2, because the people who care about the PvE are mostly staying quiet, except the YouTubers. And when the YouTubers say something that is to voice the concerns of the PvE community, people get mad at them, start spitballing at them, because they care about the game.
And one thing that I feel like a lot of people forget about, Destiny is a PvE game with PvP elements. The PvP originally was an afterthought. They put it in there because they had no other ideas. And I'm glad that Crucible is as good as it is and like how popular it is, which I love it. Every now and again I go in there just so we're gonna have a little fun. But when you have a whole entire community based off of PvP in terms like on the YouTube, because you look at it, you got people out there. I mean, Dad, he does a couple of more PvE stuff, but you got people that base your whole entire career on Destiny PvP. All Plays does it, Hush, Jez, a whole bunch of other different people out there. But it's just, what about the PvE community? You know, the whole thing that the game is based on, and PvP, sure, their updates are just sandbox changes every now and again. Maybe you get a couple maps here and there, but Destiny's a PvE game, and the fact that
I
we
don't
get
think they've
silenced
got
whenever we try
maps
to...
since Forsaken, though. Which they do need more
Garden
maps.
Salvation. Not Garden Salvation. Why did I say Garden Salvation? They got one back in Shadowkeep. That was it.
Did they?
But still,
Oh.
that's topic for another day. But the fact that the main point of Destiny, and whenever someone's trying to argue that point, they get immediately shot down because, oh well. No, it's not fair. It's like if people in PvP said, screw it, the only guns you're allowed to use are only fusion rifles. Have fun. And not even good ones at it. You're only allowed to use the lightweight frames. So no Jotun, no Bastion, no Glacier Chasm, just weird Red War legendaries. That's all you got. It's not fair for us. And Bungie refuses to listen
It's
to anyone in
hard
the P.
for PvP people to understand because things are more viable in PvP. Like, it's not all black and white, because shotguns are viable, but then at the same time you could be using snipers, because it's really closer to a one-on-one combat. But in PvE, you've got enemies on all sides, and you've got to kill them the fastest and most effective way. Well, shotguns, you're going to get self-killed running out there, and snipers, you got to take your time for those moving enemies. But then but grenade launchers, you shoot them, especially like Salvager Salvo, which is great. I love that gun. But I'd rather be using my messenger than... Well, not my messenger. I'd rather be using my summoner or my shadow price, which I work so hard to get, than, say, like a messenger or a extraordinary rendition. Nice, cool, more PvP-based roles, but shadow price, an adept shadow price, which I do have, and Summoner from back in Season of the Worthy. I want to use those. I spent so much time getting those, but I can't because I have to use a shotgun or a sniper. And for more intense gameplay, I'd rather be using a grenade launcher than both of those. which is a tragedy because a submachine gun or a pulse rifle just isn't as fast as doing something like the summoner. Because an SMG, it feels like you got to put like a whole magazine into an enemy before they die, especially like a yellow bar. And then a pulse rifle, it feels like if there's too many of them, you're getting overwhelmed too easily. Which is where the grenade launcher comes in. You shoot it, you clear out a group of like Thrall or something, and it's over. Or using a fusion rifle like my Glacial Chasm. I shoot it, gets a bunch of enemies in a line, kills them all, and then I go back to fighting. But I can't use that with my Summoner. Or my Shadow Price, or all these... I kill those SMG. But it's such a tragedy, because here PvP people are, they can use shotguns and snipers, because it's more one-on-one. You got that Eye of Soul, the shotgun, everything but the slug shotguns, really. And actually, even the slug shotguns, all the kinetic specials are viable in PvP. For all sorts of, every PvP game mode, you can use any of those weapons without an issue. But you can't do that with PvE, because there's certain weapons for certain situations that makes things easier. And say you're trying to, we're not going to include the heavy slot because we're assuming you're trying to run Anarchy. Alright, say you want to run, let's say, Extraordinary Rendition. What can you run with it? Well, let's see. We have Glacial Chasm. We have Salvager's Salvo. We have a lot of good weapons. Hold on, I'm going to open up my inventory and look. Alright, so say you're trying to run with your Extraordinary Rendition, which I got right here, Overflow Rampage. Great roll, Stability Masterwork. Alright, going on, let's see. Glacial Chasm, right there, under pressure, high impact Icarus grip. It is an amazing rifle. I use it a lot. Truth Teller, Feeding Frenzy Multi-Kill Clip. Can use that all the time. Whisper Shotguns. Alright, let's come in here. Weapons, and look at the special weapons. We have a lot of options. We've got shotguns, grenade launchers, fusion rifles, snipers. It's a little limited. I'd like more special weapon types. But honestly, linear fusion rifles should be special weapons if grenade launchers can be special and heavy. But that's still more of a sniper. But you've got all of these weapons which you can use in PvP, but not all of them are going to be viable in PvE. Like, say, the Astral Horizon. Most of those are PvP-focused roles. Alright, or the Heritage. It's a more PvE-focused, but once again, it's a slug shotgun, and you actually got to slow down to aim. You're going to get killed a lot more. Alright. I got the Specially Blasphemer. Those are you're really only going to be using as backup DPS. But then you can use those effectively in PvP, especially if you've got Hipfire Grip or something like that. Xeno class, I think, has got 1-2 punch, so it's not the worst, but that's not something you can use on every character. If you're 1-2 punch, you're only really going to use if you're running a certain build on certain characters, like Insurmountable Skullfort
like
or Liar's Handshake, especially. So you're not going to be using those in every situation. It's not something that's too viable. Retrofuturist, I don't know the roles of it. I think it might have 1 or 2 that are decent, like Thresh here. That's alright, but it's not something you can kill enemies as fast as something like a grenade launcher. Now, if we look at grenade launchers, you've got Truth Teller, Orwing's Maul, Salvager's Salvo, all of those, Deafening Whisper. You can use all of those in PvP. Oh no, you can use all of those with a kinetic primary. And then you come down to fusion rifles. Oh, there's so many. Because they're all you can use with kinetics, but you can't. Let's see. Zealot's Reward, Techian Force, Main Ingredient, Exile's Curse, Timeline's Vortex, Hollow's Words, Corolla's Force, Glacial Chasm, Cartesian Coordinate, Trinary System. All of those, we're not counting blues or greens because no one uses those, they can all be used in everything with any kinetic. But what can you use with a energy primary. Well, we counted it
Nothing.
earlier. It came out to 8. Snipers or slug shotguns or toil and trouble, but once again, I'm pretty sure everyone dismantles your toils and troubles.
Yep.
Anyone watching, you can just throw out any comments at any time in this whole thing. I'm sure you've kind of bored of us ranting, but
This will count based off
having
ranking.
some feedback as we go, or someone to say something would be nice. But
We're all open to criticism.
we are, though, especially if it's not a PvP person's point, because I'm sure we've all heard a lot of that.
But can we agree on something though?
Go ahead.
Bungie should unsunset Edge Transit.
That was the... Sounds familiar.
That's the grenade launcher you constantly get, regardless if you want it or not. Like, oh,
heavy
sweet, I
one?
got a priming grenade.
Oh, I think I have the ornament.
It's Edge Transit. There's an
that the one-
ornament for Edge Transit?
I think there was.
No, there's not an ornament.
There was
it's
an
just a
ornament for
warp drop.
one of them. Weapons... launchers.
Wendigo? Doomsday?
I want to see a... Oh, no, it's Fire and Flood.
Fire and Flood had an ornament.
Oh, yeah, it looked nice.
What?
Ivory handles carved and whatnot. But they also need
Oh,
to
I
bring
do have
back micro missile and put on a heavy grenade launchers just for a laugh, because I would love to see that. That'd be so funny. Give Xenophage a fight for its money. But
Yeah.
once again, back to topic. We don't have things to use with our energy, because if we look, Bungie will not stop releasing energy primaries. Like, this season, let us see, we've got one... hold on, I'm
This
looking
evening
through
was
all of them.
Shadow Priest.
Got Shadow Price. I think they re-released Summoner. Scout Rifles, we got Eternal
Blazon.
Blazon. That's just counting this. That's not counting all the ones that we had before.
Yeah.
Trusty we already had.
They released the
Vowshafe.
Imperial
Vowshafe was
Needle.
re-released.
They
Last
released that,
No,
really?
that wasn't this season. Let us see.
They released the Kinging, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, the sidearm from Crucible.
Third Axiom. Premonition. Those got re-released. Nation of Beasts. I'm sure if we put up all of the energy weapons and scored them up against the kinetic weapons, I'm pretty sure we would have a vast majority of energy primaries to kinetic, like Waking Vigil, Igneous Hammer, Bottom Dollar, Palindrome. That's 4 hand cannons this season, all of them energy.
And though Waking Visual, I could say that was unsunsetted, fine. 3 brand new energy hand cannons that everyone used in the Crucible. Never see people going like, "Oh, I need to get the Palindrome so I can use it in PvE."
It's all about PvP. Brass Attacks, energy. Fool's Remedy was already
I will
here.
give Bungie credit though; they did separate them. Yeah, that sidearm
Keening.
that I always forget exists.
Imperial Needle, and all of those are energy. But then, when's the last time we got a weapon, a kinetic special, to go with those new energy primaries? Let's see. 2. Oh, wait, no, that's not kinetic. We have Astral Horizon. Toil and Trouble was not this season, so it wasn't added.
That was Forsaken.
Yeah. So we've got... What, 2 weapons? No, Eye of Soul wasn't this season. That was last season.
They released a depth version. Yeah.
Wow. one
Yeah, you got Astral Horizon
kinetic
Adept.
one
Fusion,
kinetic
I have
special
Soul.
weapon has been added this season to go with what? It was more than 10 energy primaries.
Yeah.
We have
What's
only
the kinetic
gotten
special you're looking at?
Astral
I don't see it.
Horizon. That was a kinetic special
Adept. Yeah.
to go with the over
Yeah,
10 energy primaries.
To be fair, Astral Horizon actually did come out when Trials first came out back in Season of the Worthy. So they released the Adept version, which requires you to go flawless
Which
on
is
a
not a
certain
PvE
weekend.
person's
Is
main thing.
random. Yeah, and then you have the Eye of Soul Adept. So you literally you brought back the same weapon for your kinetics. They literally have brought back nothing. So it's like, fine, maybe
And the
look
Eye
at
of Soul
last
wasn't
season,
even this
Season of the
season.
Hunt, see what they got. Yeah, no, that was more just a couple seasons ago. You look at snipers, the last kinetic actual made sniper that they released was, what, I'm looking at it right now, you got Revoker, which was back in Opulence, Eye of Soul, which, that in Worthy,
So
like you
for
said. I don't think there's
snipers,
any one back in Rivals.
so
Oh, sorry, you
snipers,
have Bite
they've
of the
got
Fox,
3 snipers.
but
Oh wait,
yeah.
Bite the Fox is kinetic. So we have 4 snipers and I think 4
Yeah.
shotguns. Astral Horizon, Toil and Trouble, Heritage, Blasphemer. So we've got 4 snipers, 4 shotguns to choose from. And all of them are re-releases. None of them are new. Oh, except Succession and Heritage. Those are new. But
Yeah.
those... We haven't had anything added since Beyond Light, which wasn't that long ago. It was 1 season. However, only 2 items. Now, if we go back and count all energy weapons added since Beyond Light. Alright. 2... 3... Because that's solar. Yep. It's almost like I'm trying not to count the
Yeah,
season.
kidding.
So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's kinetic. 6. I'm certain I've missed a few.
Yeah.
7, 8, 9. That's just in pulse
Yeah.
rifles. 10. I missed that. Last Perdition. 11, 12. Oh wait, no, that wasn't new. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Where are we at? 15? 16.
Yeah, something like that. I'm
Keening
kind of at 10 right now.
17 brass attacks. 18. We've had 18 energy primaries since Beyond Light. And since Beyond Light, we've had 2. Hold on. 1, 2, 3,
We're at 13. How did you get 15?
4. I checked the second pages.
I did too.
It's very... You hold L2 and you can look at them easier.
Yeah. You got Shadow Price. You got yourself your Shadow Price step, but that's not going to count because it's the same weapon.
We've had 3 weapons
Yeah.
since
And then
Beyond Light
Archicles.
that are kinetic specials. Master Yoda, we are preparing for the new raid. But we've got Astral Horizon, Heritage, and Succession, only kinetic. Oh, and Blasphemer. So we've got 4 weapons added since Beyond Light. 3 of them are
Which
shotguns,
was a
1 of them are
re-release,
snipers.
by the way.
And only 2 of them are new. Alright. When we've had 18 new and re-released energy primaries. The range to select these, granted, one of those kinetic specials is locked behind trials. So for a casual player, that's not something you can access easily. But there's so little we can do with this.
Mm-hmm.
And this also comes up when preparing for a raid, because you've got some really, really good energy primaries, like Summoner, uh, New Shadow
IPO
Price,
SMG.
Ikelos, especially Ikelos. Ikelos is something a lot of people are going to be using on day one. However, in something like the Vault of Glass, you have many encounters where, yes, a sniper's good, but you got so many swarms of enemies, and a sniper can only hold so many, and it can't shoot straight through all of them unless you put on the unless you are lucky with the armor-piercing rounds, or you put on the shield-piercing sniper. But there's no guarantee that's coming back next season. However, if you throw on, say, a mountaintop or a what's it called, malicious birthright, you can kill all those enemies coming out of those doors all at once while they're there, without wasting heavy ammo on like the oracles. Well, that you need for the oracles, like if you're using a sword, like Falling Guillotine, which I'm pretty sure 90% of people are going to be doing. And it's going to be day one, so a lot of those enemies are going to be super resilient, and you're going to be wanting to run Warmind cells. So you're going to have to use a 7th Seraph Carbine, which I'm certain not many people have actually farmed many of those, because everyone's after the
I don't even know what that
Ikelos.
is.
That's a 7th Seraph auto rifle.
There's a 7th Seraph auto rifle?
Yeah. And then there's the Officer's Revolver, but I'm pretty sure due to name recognition, most people have gone for the SMG. And so you're going to get into this day one raid, and sure, the kinetic primary energy special loadout isn't bad. In fact, it's really good. But the problem is, the kinetic primaries, you don't got as many well defined. You got Messenger, which is great and all. And a lot of them, you get 7 Seraph Carbine, it's fine. The kinetic auto rifles honestly have the issue of muzzle flash is one of them. Because I know Forward Path, I think its muzzle flash was so bad it had to get nerfed. Extraordinary Rendition, you're saying? That is the SMG.
What about it?
Master Yoda respond through an Extraordinary Rendition.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a really good one, and I do have this god roll right here, Overflow Rampage, with this Rampage spec and a Stability Masterwork. It's great.
Say, I got myself a multi-kill clip multi-kill clip substance, which is not bad.
Yeah, that's actually really good, especially since Sustenance is getting, multi-kill clip?
Yeah. So,
Alright, so we're going to farm some of that when this is done, because multi-kill clip does not work well with Sustenance, because you got to reload to get that damage buff. You're going to want it Rampage, trust me.
No, I get no. I get a lot. I know I get a lot more kills, and every time I get a kill, I keep getting more and more.
See, Master Yoda here got Overflow Frenzy. That is amazing, but the issue is people have been spending time farming stuff like the Summoner. I spent a lot of time working on Summoners, and I've got a few of them. In fact, I'm going to pull some from my vault. You go ahead and talk while I do this. Like, name some of your energy primaries you farmed for that you're disappointed you can't
energy
use.
primaries that I farmed for.
Yes.
Oh boy. Okay. I actually stopped farming energy primaries because I knew that they weren't going to do anything about it, so I stopped farming for them. There hasn't been a weapon that I've farmed for in so long. The only thing I could maybe count as farming was maybe Dead Man's, but that's because I have an addiction to Presage, which we'll get to that later. But, I mean, I farm for heavy weapons, and sure, I didn't really get the best rolls, but, yeah. But, like, even weapons that, I want to maybe minor flex here that I never really farmed for this, but I got an Igneous Hammer with the, with Rampage after doing that seasonal challenge by doing 10 wins or something like that.
Oh, I haven't even gone into that seasonal challenge. I don't have the motivation anymore.
Yeah, it's just, what's the point? Oh, cool, you did.
Quick disclaimer for all the viewers, I'm not going to be throwing in every shadow price and every palindrome I have, because I've got a lot. Let's see, that's a good one. You keep going.
It's ridiculous sometimes.
Oh, and I haven't even
Yeah,
gotten to
so
my
it's just,
summoners yet.
oh boy,
Trustee. Oh, I've got
he's gonna
one
be at this
spot
for a
left.
while.
Oops, I
It's
just
kind of
transferred.
sad when this point where a lot of the best weapons that you can get, at least for me, because I'm terrible at trials and I don't really have a lot of time to do the raids. And I've done the raid. God, how many times have the tracks this? A decent
Uh,
amount. I mean, I can look
we
up how many
honestly
raids I've done
together
entirely.
haven't done it that much.
Together, yeah. No, I've done it without it. But like, still, I've done it so many times. I have a full raid gear. I don't have it on my character, I don't believe, but still, I have the full raid gear. And the fact that even then, like, it takes a decent amount of time to get the raid gear, and I'm still working at it. I'm trying to get these weapons. I
Oh, I
still have
already
not
did
gotten
summoner.
Succession or Heritage to drop. I have everything else to drop except what is it? I almost said 1,000 eyes. Whoops, eyes of tomorrow. I have not gotten that to drop because I never get rating socks to drop. Still
I
haven't
get
gotten
that
one
to
yet.
drop. I don't. I don't think it drops once you've gotten it. All right, so on me right now, I've got a Shadow Price Overflow Disruption Break with the Range Masterwork. That one, I love using that one,
It sucks,
but
but
I just
okay.
can't use it as well. Okay, I've got a. Oh yeah, Matt, you've done the raid 60 times and you still don't have eyes. I got that on number 9, but they say streamers luck, but I don't stream enough.
Mm-hmm.
Igneous Hammer, quick draw, moving target. All right, Death Adder,
Do me a
dynamic
favor and delete
sway.
that visual.
Was that?
Do me a favor and delete that waking visual.
Oh, I haven't even gotten it to it yet. Igneous, no, not Igneous.
No.
Death Adder, dynamic sway reduction dragonfly. I gave that one a shot. It's all right. It's got too much recoil in my opinion. Palindrome, overflow rangefinder. Waking Vigil, Killing Wind Dragonfly, Summoner, Dynamic Sway Reduction Celerity. That's not even my best one. Seventh Seraph, Fourth Times Feeding Frenzy. Trustee, Reconstruction High Impact Reserves. Posterity, Reconstruction Opening Shot. And then in my vault, let me. Oh, I can't. I gotta move some of these into my vault. Alright. So in my vault, I have 1, 2, because
Hunger
there's
with
Reckless
subsistence
Oracle.
rampage.
2, 3, 4, 5,
Hunger.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14. That's not counting the 9 I have on me. 14 non exotic energy primaries that I farmed God rolls for, but I don't get a good enough chance to use them. Like, and then when it gets to kinetic weapons, I've really only used Extraordinary Rendition or Messenger when I have to. But even then, I would rather be using my Shadow Price, my Death Adder, Palindrome, Waking Vigil, Summoner, Seventh Seraph. I think I have a better Seventh Seraph though. Trusty. I would rather be using those. I just have issues because I prefer like Heir Apparent, Anarchy, all these heavy exotics. Beloved was good. That was the. I
I
had
was a
one.
sniper.
Yeah, I know it was a sniper. That was. I believe that was from the
My favorite
Season of
beloved role was
Opulence.
possibly one of the worst ones.
Where's that
Yeah,
at?
I had a snapshot
See, I got
mulligan.
I got
I
back
was
into the
using
game
it when I
around
was trying
the
to get
end of.
Revoker,
I got back into the game at the end of Opulence, so I only really got like 1 or 2
and that's when we met
beloveds.
at the end of Opulence.
Yeah, I got. I had a god roll, but then I dismantled it. It was like box. No, not box speeding. Snapshot, and something else. I forgot the other perk. But
Mine was a snapshot mulligan, and I love that
the only
thing.
reason I got it was because some dude said to use it to get the Revoker, which I got here.
Yeah.
He said to use that while doing Revoker, and so I hopped in with him and got it. But still, I'm not a sniper person PvP. But
I
unfortunately,
am.
I'm more of a fusion rifle because I don't like using shotguns either. Because it feels like whenever you pull out a shotgun, they're close enough to kill you too. So I prefer Glacial Chasm 10 feet away. Heck, Jotun if I have to. Whenever I touch PvP, I just want to get out of there as fast as I can, so I'm not against using Jotun. Many people may hate me for that.
Yeah.
But we've
He
gotten
had one person that he met on an LFG
for a raid. Ask me
wearing
if I use messenger with
what
my Jotun, and I do.
he started playing some Titan in all white and gold armor using Messenger and Jotun, destroyed his team, and I'm in the back.
Yeah, I'm the one in the front wearing the white and gold armor. Who, if you watch closely, I put a Jotun into my vaults while we were talking. Yeah, that's banana waving. Alright. Yeah, I may have some infamy for the people who bothered remembering Crucible matches. But, oh, banana, those boots do not match the rest of your armor.
Yeah, I know.
I love the Solstice armor. And,
It's not good.
but still, the incentive to play for a lot of PvE players isn't as high as of recent. Oh, those aren't too square. Because you got all these weapons that are great to farm for, but nothing to use it on. Same thing with Genshin
That's
Impact.
it.
Genshin
You're not
Impact has the
racing.
issue, you spend all this time working on a character, you get to max level, and then there's nothing for you to use those cool characters on. Oh, please stop using those. Ooh, you're just ruining your armor on purpose. Alright. Master Yoda said he's ready to use Falling Guillotine to push people into the Harpies.
Yes. No, wait, can we use Falling Guillotine to
Shoulder
push
charge.
Atheon off the ledge again?
Shoulder charge Atheon off. Nah, I think people use
Yes.
Tractor Cannon or Leviathan's Breath. Like they do on Callus.
Oh, there you go.
But the issue is, I bet you they're gonna health gate Atheon. Topic for another day. Get rid of health gating.
Oh boy. Oh.
But the meta is not in a hot place right now. What's our time? Did we do enough to get it to an hour? Oh yeah, we've gone over an hour. But alright. Now that the topic has been resolved, I guess we can chill talk. Plans for Vaults of Glass, anyone? Oh, if they're doing the timelines convergence, Master Yoda, we're gonna thunder crash them to no tomorrow. But then at the same time, you gotta beat it twice. Oh, they're gonna make him. They're gonna either put a barrier around him to stop that, or health gate's another thing they're definitely gonna do. Another
Excuse
thing
me, Hunter.
they're probably going to have him have like a super fast stomp or something, so he'll instantly kill you as soon as you leave that shield, so you can't thunder crash him, which is stupid, but it's Bungie. They're known for this. I'm gonna take off my double primaries. Oh crap, I put all my energy specials into my vaults and now I'm stuck with a succession. Yeah, that's my only option. I don't think I've even got a blasphemer because they sunset that and I'm like, I'm not farming for that again. I got a good one, they got rid of it, I'm not touching it. Time to put all these really good weapons back in the vault. Because Bungie doesn't like them. Which is weird, because they keep making them.
Bungie doesn't like you.
That's probably true. I know Bife probably doesn't like me. Because I'm tempted to get him to join me on a day one.
If you're talking more chill talk, I very small thing to flex about. My posterity, which was the first role I ever got, I want to make sure I can get this right. A feeding frenzy rampage, and I use this thing in Crucible because I don't know how guns work.
Oh, I've got a reconstruction opening shot.
Oh wait, Traxxas, do you want to explain to them what special I use in Crucible?
Python, which has been sunset. I love that thing back in the day.
No. Other than Python, what other special weapon do you see me use in Crucible?
I don't watch.
This is a nice burden.
Oh yeah, to body shot people with the stack of
I've
4.
gotten so many hate mail. I get so
I
much
don't know why no
hate
one
mail
ever
from
sends
it,
me hate
and
mail,
I
especially
don't
for
feel
Jotun.
bad.
I feel like I make the world a happier place when I
Mm-hmm.
put on Jotun, because then everyone else puts on Jotun, and
Whenever he,
then it's a game of
okay,
Scorched.
for you guys at home, whenever he puts on Jotun, I can hear the voices on
Oh,
the other side of the team
Master Yoda
going,
says I
"I
have
need to put on
almost
Jotun."
every oh, shut up. Master Yoda's more important right now. He said I have almost every exotic except for Eyes of Tomorrow. I'm gonna show you my collections, Master Yoda. Alright, so starting out with kinetic
Oh
weapons, we
my
have all of
gosh,
these.
Saxons.
Oh, and including Catalyst. We also have these. Energy weapons, we have all of these. Quick example, including Catalyst. And all of these. Another quick example, including Catalyst. Alright, now heavy weapons, I have all of these. Quick example, including Catalyst. Oh, exception. I'm working on the Legend of Acreus Catalyst still. It's hard to get weapons like that. Alright, moving on. I have these two as well, but they don't have catalysts. Oh yeah, I also have this weird rocket launcher. It's got a bunch of
If you want
dancing
to look at
bulbs
your
on the
catalyst,
side.
go into your Triumph
It's
page.
called Eyes of Tomorrow. Oh, Triumph's page? Okay, let's see.
Yeah, Triumph page. You can
Lord
look at all
Stat.
your.
Is it, so exotic catalyst I was looking at right there. So I don't have Mida. Alright, so oh, I need to work on a lot of these weapons, but those are kinetics. Oh, and they're primaries, which isn't as fun. We're the Horde. I did not enjoy doing it. I'm never getting the Hawkmoon Catalyst because Hawkmoon Catalyst ruins it for PvE, which sucks.
I never got the Alphabet Prime catalyst.
Man, this is almost good. Oh, Telesto Catalyst, I want that. This is going to give me something to do, but unfortunately...
Prometheus had a
Also,
catalyst?
what? Prometheus? No, it
Prometheus
doesn't.
had a catalyst.
Does it?
Yeah,
Oh,
for me,
it
For me
does?
it does.
And I've completed
what
it?
does it do?
I know I enjoyed that weapon, I just don't remember using it.
What does it do?
Prometheus Lens. It doesn't show it.
Really?
It's probably just a stat increase.
To Google.
Yeah, I just... honestly, I have every exotic. I just don't have the drive to use them because I enjoy working on getting all of the
That was released back in the Warmind?
legendaries. Oh, I have every heavy... Wait a minute, I'm missing one. Unless... Wait a minute. Do I?
You okay there?
Power weapons...
Cool.
Hold on.
That's it? Increases its stability and handling by 18. That's all.
No. Dude, I've had the Sleeper Simulant Catalyst this whole time? I need to go do that.
That kind of memorization.
I thought
good luck trying to.
I didn't know I got that.
Do you know how to do this catalyst?
No.
Oh.
What do you have to do?
Yeah, you have to use the Iculus weapons you get crap ton of kills with it. You need the Iculus SMG,
defeat
Iculus
combatants
shotgun.
with Sleeper Simulant 0 out of 300. I think they changed it.
What?
But I've got all of them. I've got the hand cannon, the sniper, the shotgun. I've got god rolls and the shotgun.
The old one, you had to. The older one, the reason why no one really had the Sleeper Simulant Catalyst completed was because you needed to get all 3 Escalation Protocol weapons, and then
It was the shotgun, the sniper, and the SMG, right?
300.
Yeah, I've got the old shotgun.
Not the hand cannon. I got all of them.
I don't have the old sniper. Oh. Then it was SMG,
the old sniper was
right?
phenomenal. Yeah.
I think... Yeah, I've got the old SMG, so I just don't have the sniper. So, honestly, if I just spent, like, one day, I'd probably have it all. But, there goes my chair.
Thing had triple tap and box breathing. Why did I like this? it's rapid fire too. Ew. Ew.
I need to work on my
Wait,
sleeper catalyst for day 1. Since it's getting
here's
a
a
buff.
weird question for you.
Shoot.
Why did the Warmind weapons that came from like the EP weapons that were from Rift-beaten Warmind, why did they all come back in Season Rivals and not Season Worthy?
Good question. Another question is, why did they come back in the Prophecy Dungeon of all things? Like the least related? I guess they were just so cool looking. Bungie didn't want to get rid of their best looking weapons.
Here's an idea, Bungie. Weapons that are designed just for the dungeon. I mean, you got armor that's just designed just for the dungeon. Make some weapons that are designed just for the dungeon.
What they need to do is make loot that it looks like their respected things. Like,
yeah, because let's be honest, the Prophecy armor does not look anything like Prophecy.
And the weapons in
Nothing looks
Prophecy
like
are
Prophecy.
so unrelated. It's painful to look at.
Yeah, you got Death Adder. You
Death
got
Adder isn't
Hoodsville,
even new.
You got
Though I honestly don't remember Death Adder from
got
before.
Yeah, I should have mirror sold it when you reach rank 10, which costs you so much of the material, which I never have.
Oh, I never did rank 10.
Yeah.
But it's sunset, so I'm glad it didn't waste my time.
No kidding.
But day 1 loadout, I'm thinking I would love to say Summoner or Shadow Price, but I can't because there's nothing to use it with. Probably going to end up with Messenger or Extraordinary Rendition. Probably going to be Messenger. Because we're not going to be picking up that many special or heavy blocks because the enemies are at the other side of the field coming towards us, and I don't want to be running towards a bunch of fanatics that are going to kill me. Probably next is going to be Salvager's Salvo. Not that hard to believe. It is a good weapon. And then Sleeper Simulant for the boss encounters, Anarchy for the non-boss encounters. Dornroshen? That's a weird perk name.
Well,
dude, I did.
Sleeper Simulant's Russian.
That's not Russian. It's
Russian.
German.
Then its name. Wait, really? That is German.
Dude, I have been to Germany and I have seen Russian.
Wait,
That's not Russian.
Let's look that up. Let's look at. Well, I've been born and raised in the United States and haven't left because American. Dorschen, that is Sleeping Beauty, subtitles in English. Oh, weird. It's a German way of saying Sleeping Beauty. Weird. Everything I'm getting is written in German. Why did I not think this through?
Yep, it is Sleeping Beauty in German.
Sleeping Beauty. Oh wait, no, never mind. I was gonna say, is that the name of?
And I have the ornament, so I'm gonna be rocking this day 1.
Oh, the red one?
Oh yeah, the red and white one.
Ew.
What? Ew. It's a clean look. I love that.
Oh, ew, it looks ugly.
Are you looking at the same one?
Yeah, the weird red and white one, the Valentine looking one. Ew, the one that makes it look like there's like a fishnet on it.
You have issues. If you think that's bad looking.
I'm looking at your screen right now.
Oh, you're... Fine, I'll go back to that. I didn't believe I actually had the catalyst. I gotta work on that. Dude, look at that beauty. Oh, you're looking at that brown one in the ornaments page? You haven't caught up yet.
Yeah, this is horrifying.
Yeah, I'd rather have this red and white one than that.
Ugh.
Yeah, I think I like the red and white look.
I still think the best in the game is Red Dwarf.
Red Dwarf?
Yeah, it's a sunshot ornament.
It's alright. What if
Makes it a
on
lot better than.
Monte Carlo's
No,
pretty
it's
cool.
Heaven's Visual. The same.
Hold on. I really want the Wishes of Sorrow ornament.
What's the Wishes of Sorrow?
Guess.
I can just look at it.
Red Dwarfs. Alright. Not a fan. And then we got the Sturm ornaments that are ugly. 4-way is pretty cool.
There's only one Sturm ornament that I like, and that's the what is it called?
Don't say something.
Dream of a New World. I like that aesthetic design.
Yeah, I've got that. It's very much like the Titan Arcology, which is pretty cool. Master Yoda, what are you going to be running day one?
What's that one ornament I should be looking for?
It's for Thorn.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Really? It's on the far right.
Which lucid memory, heretics, burning.
The Mercurial Affliction.
Like
That's a good one. The Trials one for Warlocks. Master Yoda says a bunch of things. So I think he's hiding it, so he has a day one advantage. Though if he's on PlayStation, I don't have an issue with maybe having him join. Though honestly, I've got a bad history with setting up teams, so it's probably for the best that.
Can we take a moment and look at Master Scourge for Outbreak Perfected? Outbreak Perfected. It completely went under everyone's radar, and I really like it.
Oh, Matter
Scourge? I like the
Scourge?
sleek design.
Yeah.
Yes, when I say Master.
It definitely matches Season of the Arrivals.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Master Yoda's on Xbox.
Oh.
Matter Scourge is alright.
Skyland Constellation.
I know your favorite. It's going to be Patient Zero because it's Siva themed.
I will make a video on my own explaining why I hate Siva so. Stain D1. Just leave it where it belongs. Long Live the Queen is a very beautiful ornament for Celesta.
So, Master Yoda, I want to know is from where did you find out about my channel? Like, did it pop up on like suggested, or did it pop up on Twitter? Oh, Master Yoda says he has the Series X. I've got the PS5.
I have a dinky PS4.
I'd say we're a competition, but honestly, only the YouTubers compete. All the gamers are on the same side.
Except if you are the team that won the one LFG team who won. I can't think.
Master Yoda says I was suggested to him from YouTube.
Really?
Did it just pop up? Man, I wish it popped up more.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen Miko pop up, but it's probably because I'm on my own account.
Yeah, you don't get your own video suggested. I mean, no, actually, I lied.
My best video was a day one raid for Garden of Salvation. It got 1.7 thousand views. However, it was a very, very long live stream, and I'm pretty sure that pops in is people hopping in and hopping out as it goes, because it was just over the entire stream. I was up for about 48 hours.
I'm a Twitch streamer only rolling in 2 videos. Let's go. Yo, Master, I know that feeling. I remember I went streaming a long time back in D1, and I got. I think
it's even bigger struggle because I'm constantly trying to get back up to where I was. Because it's sad.
It's like, surprise, we have very controversial ideas.
Calamity Protocol.
I mean, there's that last live stream which you have to get rid of.
Ruinous Effigy versus Prophecy, Destiny 2, Season of Arrivals, 807 views. Where's my Hawkmoon versus Season of
Good for
Arrivals?
you, me. What is my highest?
Oh, Ganyu
Like I
free-to-play
said, I won't be surprised.
reality
It's like
for Genshin Impact got 79 views. I don't see my Hawkmoon versus Prophecy.
hang on. I need to switch my account. This one.
Pretend Prophecy Blind Run, 7 views. That was a funny one.
Okay, 1 view, 2 view, 1 view, 2 view, 1, 3, 4,
Oh,
4,
my Doom
7.
Eternal series got like no views. That's sad.
I got one has 13 views.
Oh, Master Yoda says his Twitch is Soviet Walker. I'll probably hop. I'm not on Twitch enough.
I'm gonna take a picture of that. Give me a minute.
Oh,
Wait, are you streaming right now, boy?
Devil's Ruin is 27 views. Because I would get an exotic and then I'd do a stream. I'd do like right when I got Devil's Ruin, I did the stream, like the Ruinous Effigy. I think I'm gonna start getting back into that. Like when a new exotic comes out, I think you, me, and maybe another person like Fiery should get it, and then hop into Prophecy and just run that weapon through Prophecy as a joke. Kind of like what Cactus does with, Last Wish.
Yeah, kidding.
Destiny 2 Leviathan, Pit of Heresy, Last Wish, Anarchy gameplay. That was one I did. Anarchy gameplay. I'd get the weapon and then just play it.
You're welcome, man.
Xenophage test video.
Ooh.
I streamed the Xenophage quest. It took an hour to complete.
Oh, do you want to tell them about how we got Xenophage for Fiery?
Oh yeah, pulse rifles is what works.
The nightmare they had to go through?
Alright,
Yeah,
so the video...
In Xenophage...
Alright, so the Shadow Keep, the Divinity video, where I was trying to get Divinity, I was probably one of the first 100 people to get it, but in this I was trying to, and we were working out, we had raid secrets open, we were trying to figure out how to get this thing. And it had 1.1 thousand views, and it was 10 hours and 55 minutes long. Granted, day 1 modifier was still active at this point. And then the stream lagged out, and so I had to restart. And so the second one was 501 views, and it was 3 hours and 27 minutes. Garden of Salvation Day 1, 20 views, and it was 11 hours and 54 minutes. And then I went back and replayed the base story. When I did that, the most views was for Gary Gil Glenn, something with a G, which is the finale of the Red War campaign. Rat Wish, the Rat Wish raid, Destiny 2 Last Wish raid with Rat King.
Oh, I couldn't figure that out. You're such an amazing wordsmith.
Oh, I know. Yeah, we got a full team of 6. I convinced a full team of 6 to throw on Rat King, and we did that. It's kind of interesting to see where my channel went from. Like, I started out playing Ark Survival Evolved, showing off where all the caves were on the Scorched Earth map. Alright. Then the next episode up was Annoying Flower Lady Won't Leave Me Alone, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Then after that, this was a stream while at school. Actually, no, I didn't stream. I would do video clips while in my robotics class at school. So it was the 2016 Google Doodle. And then Lego Digital Designer. Then after that, I didn't do anything for a whole year when I did the Anthem gameplay demo. Tragedy what happened there. Then I'd do some Rec Room. And then after that, it was Red Dead Redemption 2. I had a few videos with my brother. We'd stream and play together. And then Outward. I had quite a few videos. That was pretty popular. Though, my brother kind of stopped playing games with me. Don't know why. Skyrim VR. A lot of Outward. Dauntless. We did some time on Dauntless. And then I first Destiny 2 video was Killing Riven, Destiny 2 Forsaken Last Wish raid. And then I just would stream raids from there. Leviathan was fun. Then story. And then I started getting into, day one raid, failed. Then I went into exotic quests. Honestly, and then I touched Jedi Fallen Order and GTA. And then Doom. Then I just got back into Destiny. I need to just find one thing and do it.
Yeah. Honestly, like for me, one thing I always wanted to do is, especially with this, I want to have more, like, a lot more. I mean, this, as you guys can, this one there was definitely a lot more ad lib in the first compared to the first one, which was all I can't think. I really cannot think. All all scripted with the rated ones, but
we
at some point down the line, I do want to have you
bullet points and whatnot. But we did quite well planning that one out, and then here we are. We actually came up with the idea to do this yesterday night, like the Last Wish one. Well, not Last Wish, the raid one. He came to me like a couple weeks, like a week before, and he said, "Oh, I want to make a YouTube video about why Vault of Glass isn't as popular as it was."
Video. It was supposed to be just to write it all down. So I can have an argument against my buddy, and then we said, "No, let's make it about a YouTube video."
Away. I need to pull that up.
Oh.
What did he say?
Oh. Oh no, he's telling me about his Twitch.
Oh yeah, but
so really, it was originally supposed to be just an argument, but then we made it.
Then I kind of just hopped in and said, "Oh, we should do a podcast." And we built this point system. I hope you've seen the last video. It was pretty good. I liked how it turned out. I think he liked how it turned out. Honestly, I've been trying to get Lance Reddick to maybe hop in and do an interview, but he doesn't respond to normal people, it seems. I offered to pay him $20 too, because I'm not exactly the richest person in the world either.
I'll give you $5 and a solid virtual high five. How does that sound?
If you can get him on that, sure. But we kind of just started going from there. I maybe talked him into doing, 9 o'clock Saturday evening streams, Eastern Standard Time. And we had no preparation for this one. Honestly, I feel like it was a bit too much of a rant, and we kind of got a bit repetitive. Mine too, I got a new job. But it got a bit too repetitive at points. But it's honestly a point that needs to be said, because the situation's lacking. However, who's got a topic for next week? Because I'd rather walk into that prepared than the chaos it ended up with today.
Oh, yeah.
We need to get a guest star or something in. Hopefully we'll have more content to cover next week, too. Because I was hoping maybe we'd do something over the TWAB. But it was just a series of buffs and nerfs. Kind of unfortunate.
Oh, well.
Do you know Arbalest has as much DPS as a legendary linear fusion rifle?
Yeah, sounds about right.
And he just makes
it's called the gun sucks.
Rifle special. Queensbreaker does just as much as well.
Well, I think that we can call this, we think we can call this a video.
Alright.
We definitely got our rants down and did a more of a...
We'll probably trim it down or something afterwards.
Oh, definitely. This part,
yeah,
I mean...
The second part's just kind of
Yoda, you got to hear some behind the scenes. Yeah.
Alright, well, have a nice night, Master Yoda, and any potential viewers in the future. Hopefully we get some.
Mm-hmm.
This
Wait,
was
get
fun.
Gary menu? Gary menu?
Was it? Oh, get out of my
You have
menu.
your menu? Yeah.
Here. Oh, yeah, yeah. Come here, come here. Oh, never mind. Get back there and get back to
No, I don't
waving.
want to talk to
Go,
Zer.
go back to waving. Get back there and go wave. All right, that's gonna be our screenshot. I'm gonna be giving a trophy to Zer, and you're gonna be waving. All right. Yeah. Oh, and there he goes again, just in time to end the stream. Have a nice night.